watching, God is beside us. Still ride with a in the fleece, I'ma up my piece if you trying to divide us. Still count my blessings, legends, by confessions, go to the higher. These they come from the cause, we different in breed, could never deny us. I'm removing the scales from my eyes, I see through the lies, they pop. Piper, warfare with spiritual force, just fighting the demons, really for lifers. Karma, with your energy harness. If I'm back in the corner, I might get it clicking until I just feel a nirvana. I see blood in the I'm from the bottom, on treacherous timing. They'll pop your melon in front of those seeds over that beef and broccoli. He poked his chest out.
Now from the great state of Illinois, EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the second city of Chicago. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Chicago Bears. On the visitor's sideline, Seahawks head coach Mike McDonald. These guys took full advantage, he said, of the late season bye. They are rested, ready for the stretch run to close out the regular season. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guy's stuck in a bit of a losing streak right now, hoping the home fans can help them get out of this slump. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Throwing right away is Williams. Pass caught right side by Loveland. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 36.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Williams. That's complete. Roma Dunze. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
That's another Bears first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On the give, here's Charbonnet. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave him no cutback angle. You know he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the gun, here's Williams. Got an open man, it's Washington. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line.
13 yards on the play. That's another Bears first down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Looking to throw is Williams. And he'll get it right back to Washington. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it'll be second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 30-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Williams. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Brings up third down.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Throwing is Williams. This is caught inside the 15. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Zach Charbonnet, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They start the drive right around the 37.
At their own 37.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, it's the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He's able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 3rd down and 1. He'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to convert by plenty here on 3rd and 1.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
The Seahawks at 5-8, 3 games under 500, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
That good for 19 and a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Back to Walker on first down. And this time they were ready for him as they stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 29-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
I haven't seen more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
All right, now we got to...
And now for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bears offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 39-yard line.
To throw, Williams. That's caught. The tight end Loveland with it. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. To throw, it's Williams. And that is incomplete.
Lucky there.
And that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down per minute and then out.
Got the stop.
Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone.
All right, now got to capitalize to an offense.
Kenneth Walker headed back out there. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play calling.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Mustang 19, Dragon 60.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And out across midfield down to the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Seattle.
Up the middle, here's Walker. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Bears 35-yard line.
Looking to throw. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Give to Walker on the read option. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the Bears' 11-yard line.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. He'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They're going to look to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ken Walker, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it was Kenneth Walker who finished things off with a touchdown catch. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
To the air, Williams. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
And the Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that will bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup.
Operating from the gun, Williams. To the left side into the hands of Adunze. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26.
Gain of 14 yards. That's good. 4 on Bears. First down.
On play action, here's Williams. Oh, Adunze wide open. It's complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop them with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. To the air once more, Williams. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
13-yard line.
So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Williams. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw forward with Williams. Touchdown Bears! Colston Loveland from 6 yards away. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half.
19 seconds.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number one. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Back to throw again. And he is caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 29-yard line. And with 1 second left, they get the timeout. And they'll have a chance to kick the field goal before intermission. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This one from 46 yards out. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will do it for this first half. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Our trip around the NFL starts now. We begin at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The Chargers at home for an AFC West tilt against Kansas City. And this is Rashard Smith. Chalk it up for a 59-yard touchdown. The Chiefs win their second straight as they get the victory here. From there, it's off to Tampa. Let's look in on the Buccaneers. They're playing host to the New Orleans Saints. And this is Bucky Irving. He covers a lot of ground here. 23 yards, touchdown. The Buccaneers had to work for it, but they win it by a field goal. With that, let's give you a chance to look at the playoff picture in the NFC with 1 month remaining in the regular season. In the game you're watching, it's been tight throughout, a field goal separating these two sides through 2 quarters. As we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and get them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's run down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ready.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 right at the 40.
And the Seahawks.
Walker with another carry. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to make it 4th down. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is indeed good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Will Anderson gets to him for the tackle.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level. Make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
1 yard and now no yards. Have them looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. And this pass broken up. Now the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Quick slant, caught by Moore. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And that last throw, not going to account for much of the grand scheme of things, but it does move him over 3,000 yards passing for the season.
Down Seahawks.
Here we go, strike. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. They need 2. Here's third down. They'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Here's a second down and 7 from the 37. Short throw caught by Pitts. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
That's another Seahawks first down. A gain of 9 yards. First down, Seattle.
Ready, Corey, 70, Raptor 80. Ready.
They'll look to throw here. He's got the connection to Moore. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal. And some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 3-yard line.
He'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
Come on!
A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's fourth and goal.
I don't care what the analytics say. Look at where they are on the field. To me, that just screams go for it here. I don't even think about putting a kicker out there. What say you?
I support whatever they do. Let's find out.
Look at you, man of the people.
So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Looking to put a drive together. They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
First and 10 at the 45.
Again, it's Charbonnet. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. But now he appears to be in some pain. Second down and 4. Williams will get this out wide to Odunze.
Come on!
90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Bears first down.
They'll give it to Odunze on the jet sweep.
Yeah, just give it to him. That's Madden for you. That's Madden for you.
This one in for a Bears touchdown.
Awesome.
Rome Odunze, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bears have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Makes the score.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Here's Walker to start the drive. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's a 2nd and 7. Short throw caught by Pitts. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
No way! Okay, we got it. I was about to say that was a conservative catch, bro.
So they'll be left
Come on.
the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Walker. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I put the word big in capital letters here. The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Back to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down, and that should just about do it.
That's good for a Seahawks 1st down. 1st and 10.
He picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The Seahawks in victory formation as they go ahead and take the knee. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level.
This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. It's